afternoon, good evening to you, the good and wonderful people of the tube. Hope you all today are feeling great and knows when you would. Hi, my name's Dave Simpson and I have a pedal to show you today. This is from the Green Carrot Pedal Company. This is the Pumpkin Pie. I will give you a close up in a second, but first, it's basically two big muffs in one. You got the Russian model over here and you've got the IC78 circuit board one over here. And you can combine them, which leads to immense fuzz, mentalness. Messiness, mentalness, craziness. Basically makes the world implode. So you don't want to use it too much because you might create some kind of gravitational pull and pull all the other planets of the solar system into it. I don't want that. Anyway, it sounds immense. That's all you need to know. This pedal has been kindly, extremely, very kindly, been given to me by Green Carrot Pedal, the guy Green Carrot Pedals, and I don't have the words to say how thankful I am about it. I love this pedal to pieces. It's just that sound of like that big muff, gnarly, grindy sound, and especially when you combine them, it just creates the end of the world, and I love that. So, without further ado, let me show you the settings. Controls, what it's got. Okay, so here we go. Pumpkin Pie by Green Carrot Pedals. What's with the weird voices, Dave? We don't actually know. So these are controls on each side. They're both exactly the same. So this is the more kind of this is more of a Russian style Big Muff here. So you've got sustain, tone, and volume, and you've got a three-way selector here for switch. Basically, there's down, there's middle, and then there's up. And this basically changes the shape of the fuzz waveform, and it's super cool. You can get some awesome sounds, and I'll show you what that does in a bit. Onto the IC78 side, you've got another switch. It's just a two-way switch. Again, changes the shape. Same thing again, shape, tone, and volume. I will leave the volumes on 10 for the whole video, as there is no volume on a fuzz pedal. That is the ultimate. So let me tell you what amps I'm gonna show you it through the CR120's clean channel and dirty channel with a slightly broken up sound. And then I'm going to run it through my Lab series amplifier just to show you it basically with more of a Fender voiced kind of sound. Because this sounds great through any amp you plug it through. It just sounds awesome. Especially through this, it sounds like Jack White. So, and I'm going to use my Harmony Stratotone when I run it through this. But main kind of portion of it, I'm going to use my Vintage V6 white icon and my Vintage Lemon Drop. So, without further ado, let's start with the Russian side, which is my favourite side, and let's engage this beast. Okie dokie, so CR120's clean channel, I've got it set up with treble at 3.5, bass is at 3, volume is at 8. This is the bypass sound, this is bridge pickup, neck pickup. Okay, so let's engage the pedal. We're starting on the Russian side, which is the right side of the pedal. I've got the sustain and the tone both at 12 o'clock. I've got the shape switch at the up position. So this is what it sounds like, kind of, I was saying volume's on 10 as well, which is the, as I say, the ultimate volume. So this is kind of like straight up with the shape dial up. And I'll show you the shape dial in a bit, but let's start with sustain. So this is halfway. So good. That is such a good sound. Although it's just nasty, and I like that. Okay, this is sustained all the way off. Which is really cool. It's just got this edge of breakup thing. So this is now a quarter, with just a little bit more. Okay, knocking up to 3/4 now, we're getting into insane fuzz territory. Sounds great for power cut. Sounds awesome. This is sustained all the way up. Now, this just gets crazy. this pedal. I love this pedal. Okay, so let's now, I'll leave sustain on full whack, and now I'm going to turn the tone down all the way. So this is toned down on 0 now. So, super dark, super dark. Tone on a quarter. Neck pickup. I'm wondering if the camera will even pick that up. Tone now on half, which is at the beginning. Oh, you've heard that. Tone on 3/4. And then tone on all the way up, so it's flat out. And you do that kind of Jack White stuttery soloing. So that's the sustain, that's the tone. So let's get into the shape dial. Okay, so I'm going to put the tone back down. I like it around 10 o'clock. That's where it's. I like sustain on full whack, I like volume on full whack, but I like the tone about 10 o'clock, somewhere between 9, like 9:30, 10 o'clock time. So this is the shape dial up. Okay, this is shape dial in the middle. You can hear it's a drastic change. So it's just a kind of honkier kind of sound, a bit more kind of mid-range. And this is the shape dial all the way. This is the shape dial, switch, sorry, all the way down now. Basically got like like that to me sounds like it's got an increased low end and a higher top end, and it's kind of like not so mid-rangey, it's just a little bit more kind of boomy kind of sounding, definitely. But I like it up. I like the switch up. There's just something about that sound when I say it's up. And let's be honest, Big Muffs aren't for nice sounds, they're for nasty in-your-faceness, and that's what's awesome about them. And I've actually got a little Big Muff down over just literally off camera there, and I've had it for years and it's broken, and I've never been able to fix it. I should take it to somebody who really knows, but it's never been able to fix. But I can't get rid of it. I don't know why, but I've always wanted one and I could never afford one. But now I've got both, and the world is a brighter place. Ooh, thank you, green carrot pedals. But this thing is immense, absolutely immense. So that's the Russian side. Let's move over to the IC78 side now, which is more of a kind of a circuit board fuzz. And this is more the modern, I say, Smashing Pumpkins kind of sound. It's a bit brighter, a little bit more aggressive. I mean, Big Muffs are aggressive anyway. But let's move on to that IC78 side. Alright, okay, yeah. Just quickly for reference again, clean tone CL20. Engaging the IC78 side. I'm in A again, let's go to B. sustain and tone at 12 o'clock. Let's lower sustain to 0. So this is all the way off. It's making me play like really, sounds punky to me, I don't know. So that's sustain all the way off. This is sustain at a quarter. That to me is almost the classic Big Muff kind of sound, if you know what I mean. I don't know. That again, my weird opinion. 3/4 now, so immense fuzz. And sustain all the way up. That's just immense. Tone now all the way off. Carried away with that one. Tone at a quarter. That's really cool. Tone at 3/4 now. That's really cool. And tone all the way up. That's just awesome. I haven't decided where I like the tone on this yet, but I think it's about a quarter on this side. So this is the shape dial. So this is that's up. This is down. It makes it darker. And that's me happy. Because that's darker, it's more in kind of more of a sound in my head. You know, I like the darker sound. So that's both sides. That's the range of dials, which is immense. You know, the tones work nicely, the sustains work nicely. Say crank the volume to the 10. Trust me. If you get one of these pedals, you need volumes on 10. So switched over to the dirty channel on sale on 20 now. This is the reference tone. I'm going to go backwards this time. I'm going to do the IC78 and then the Russian one to finish on before I switch to the 11 drop. So this is the sale on 20's dirty channel. Volumes at 10, trebles off, mids 2, basses at 2, and gains at 5. Okay, so sustains all the way up, tones at a quarter, the shape switches down, volumes on 10. That's a cool noise. Switch, shape switch down, tone at quarter still. Losing my voice! So this is staying all the way down. Tone, sustain, sorry, at a quarter. Awesome feedback with this thing. Tone at sorry, sustain. I keep saying tone. Sustain at a half now. That's immense. This is sustain at 3/4. I got it right. Sustain. I hope you like amplifier hiss. I certainly love it, actually. I love it. So this is the IC78 side flat out now. So that was the shape dial down, shape switch down. This is shape switch up. It's just luscious fuzzness. That's not even a word. But anyway, sounds awesome. So that's the IC78 side. Let me go over to the Russian side now and show you with the 720's dirty sound. I always feel fuzz pedals respond better with a slightly broken up amp, but it does sound immense through, like, you know, crystal clean as well. So, which some fuzzies don't, but this does. So, let's go to the Russian side of this pedal through the 720's dirty sound. Okay, just a reference tone again, 720 dirty channel. Okay, I'm going to start with sustain on 0. I'm going to put the tone at 12 o'clock, so straight up. So sustain all the way down, tone at 12 o'clock, and I've got the shape switch all the way up. So this is kind of like a low setting. Almost sounds like Pete Townsend. I don't know, it probably doesn't, but I don't know, it sprung into my head. I don't know why. Knock sustain up now to a quarter, so just a little bit more kind of gain output. Nice sound, cool sound. So sustain at half. Such a cool sound, it's like smooth with rough edges. Very, very nice. Sustain at 3/4 now, we're getting to noisy amp territory, we have to start shouting. That's a great sound. up. Sustain all the way up. Sorry, Jimmy, that was atrocious. My brain went blank after we ran across it. What am I doing? Anyway, this is now the tone all the way off. I've got the shape switch up, so this is tone all the way off. The sustain all the way up. So you can hear that increased low end on that, you know, with the tone all the way off. It's just immensely dark, and I'm going to neck pick up. I'm going to kill everybody. That's ridiculous. Tone at a quarter. I'm losing my brain as well as my hair. No engaging pedal. That's a bed. Tone at 3/4 now. You heard it at half. Okay, so I'm going to put the tone back down to a half. I like that on that. I'm going to show you the shape dial now. So this is up, in the middle. So this is kind of a bit more mid-rangey, a bit more Jack Whitey. I can't remember how to play that. My brain's gone blank. And this is the shape dial all the way down. It's so cool. It's so cool. Now I'm going to destroy the world, and I'm going to combine both before I switch to the Les Paul. Hail to the apocalypse. Anyway, what am I on about? I don't know. I'm gone mad. Anyway, I'm going to put both on. Why not? I'm going to put the IC78 shape switch down, max it out. I'm going to put the Russian side, max it out. I'm going to put the shape switch up. I'm sorry. IC78 side. It's going to get noisy. Crazy. Check us out for a clean channel. I think I'm. Yes, everyone's dead. No, I'm joking. Oh. I need to switch over to the Les Paul and maybe take a break. I don't know. My brain is just gone and I think the world is broken because of this. Okay, switching over to a vintage lemon drop. My brain. My poor brain. Okay, I think I'm recovered enough from that. I don't even know what that was. But anyway, this is the lemon drop. This is through the clean channel. I haven't changed the EQ, so treble is still at 3.5 and bass is at 3 and volume is at 8. A little bit more broken up on the clean channel with the humbuckers. Okay, so Russian side first. I got the tone and sustain at 12 o'clock. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to kind of blast through this a little bit. I know you're busy people, I don't want this video to go on like for days, which it probably could. There's too much tonal fun to be had out of this pedal, it's ridiculous. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to start with sustain on 0, and I'm going to go through sustain, you'll see me turning. I'll start on 0, go to a quarter, half, you know, usual thing. Then once that gets to full, I'll knock the tone down to off, and I'll do a quarter, I'll miss half out because you'll hear that. And then 3/4 and then all the way up. Then I'll play with the shape dial and I'll do the same with the IC78 side. So, without further ado, let's engage the Russian side of the pumpkin pie. So, lowest gain setting first. I'm putting the tone back down to a half here, so this is the shape dial. So this is up, middle, increase kind of mid, and this is shape dial down. That's nice. So that's the Russian side with humbuckers on the clean channel 720. Let me just same setting. This is what it sounds like. This is the reference tone. This is the dirty channel. So this is the Russian side. I'm going to leave basically the shape shifts down, volume on 10, sustain on 10, and tone at half. That's a real nice sound. So, switch back to clean. Let's go to the IC78 side. So, clean channel. Same thing again. I'm going to start though with sustain on 0 again. Switch up tone on a half. This is the IC78 side with the vintage. Very, very dark. Weird sound, actually. Whoa. Hey up. This is on a quarter. That's cool. Sustain on a half. Sustain all the way up. Oh, sorry, 3/4. You really don't need an Evo, it just sustains for days. This is sustain all the way up. Tone all the way off, the shape dial switch is up still. Tone on a quarter. Tone on 3/4. Nice. And tone all the way up so the pedal's maxed out on that side. Now I'm going to put the tone back to a half and put the switch down. That's a weird sound. Okay, so that's that. Switched over to a dirty channel. I'm going to put the switch up actually to show you on the dirty channel. So this is kind of volume on 10, sustain on 10, tone at half, shape switch up. That's the CL120. This is combined with the IC78 side. It's just awesome! I'm losing my brain. Okay, so that's the pumpkin pie through CL120 with humbuckers, single coils. Oh, why not? In what I just played. That's both on together. Actually, the really cool thing is, if I put the tone up really high on the Russian side, put the switch down, and lower the sustain on the Russian side to quite low, leave the sustain flat up on the IC78, tone half, volume on 10, shape switch down, shape switch up on the Russian side, volume on 10, sustain on a quarter, tone all the way up. Combine the two, you get really cool sound. But you need to be on the clean channel of the app. Sorry, that's my fault. Crazy feedback, so just be prepared to turn it off when you do not need it. I love this pedal. I love it. It's absolutely chaotic in the best possible way. It's absolute chaos in a box, and I love that. absolutely love it. It's insane. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put it through my lab series. I'm going to switch to my harmony, and basically just kind of like play a Jack White inspired bluesy thing, hopefully. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start engaging the Russian side, and then I'm going to put the IC78 in, and I'm going to put both of them in together. So without further ado, I'm going to go into the bigger channel on the lab series, so I've got a bit more bit more options. I'm going to go to the high input. So without further ado, let's do that. This pedal's ace. Absolute awesome fuzzness. It's just fuzz beyond. Anyway, enough talking, let's play a bit more. Okay, so I've got my harmony plugged in. I'm into the second channel in the high input on the lab series. I'm going to start with the pedal disengaged, and I'm going to engage the Russian side, and then turn that off, and then I'm going to put in the IC78 side. So let's just play a little bit. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video on the Pumpkin Pie by Green Carrot Pedals. I've certainly enjoyed filming it, even though my brain is fried and need to go and lie down in a very, very, very dark room for about 2 weeks to get over the chaos of this pedal. But it's so cool. It's so cool. It makes me want a bigger pedal board so I could fit it on it. Oh, it's so cool. I'm going to have to gig it. There's no two questions about it. I'm going to have to gig this pedal and, you know, just... It's just ace. I say when you combine the two, it just becomes chaotic in the most awesome way, and it's just an experience. That to me is kind of like the thing a really, you know, a good guitar, a good pedal, a good amp does. It becomes, and you forget what you're doing. You're not conscious of kind of like, you know, what you're playing or why you're playing it or whatever. You're just playing, and that's what this pedal. You know, you go unconscious to things. So basically, but anyway, enough weird zenness. This pedal is awesome. Pumpkin Pie, Green Carrot Pedals. I can't thank Green Carrot Pedals enough for the gift of this awesome, awesome thing. It's so cool. It's so cool. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate it so much. My name's Dave Simpson, and I'll see you again very soon for another video. Have a great morning, afternoon, good evening. Goodbye now. My head hurts. In a good way.